Hi, folks. Welcome back. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Steven Colbert, the late night host, his staff was in the Capitol building unlawfully. Many arrested, spent the night in jail. My understanding is Adam Schiff and another congressman allowed them to enter unlawfully, and they were arrested by Capitol Police. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Now let's listen to part of what Jesse Waters had to say when this broke.
Fox News alert breaking right now. Word of a major breach of security on Capitol Hill. At least 7 people who work for the comedian Steven Colbert were arrested and jailed last night for breaching the Capitol building. Here's what we know right now. Capitol Police were called around 8:30 p.m. Thursday night for a disturbance at the Longworth House Office building. These individuals, who we've confirmed work for The Late Show, were seen roaming the building while it was closed to visitors. Capitol Police say they did not have congressional IDs and were not authorized to be walking around without an escort. They were booked and they spent the night in jail. Congressional sources tell us they were filming a skit on the January 6th hearings and were banging on the doors of offices. People like Congressman Kevin McCarthy, Jim Jordan, Republicans, you know the deal.
All right, let's see.
One of the individuals, Robert Smigel, was pictured when he was in the Capitol yesterday.
Let's see now what happens. They were there unlawfully, trespassing, whatever the technical charge is. And dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of JAN 6 people are sitting, rotting in jail or forced to plead guilty because they were going to give them 20 years in jail if they didn't plead guilty to a misdemeanor and got tons of probation and a fine. If these people walk away, if they walk away unscathed, now how do they get bonded out? How do they get bail? Interesting. And these aren't just some flunkies of Steven Colbert. You're going to see that one's a producer, one's an executive producer, one's a writer. These are people that are high up in the show itself. We're going to see. If they bonded out and got bail, there's going to be hell to pay. Hell to pay. The charge is the same. We are so sick to death, absolutely sick to death of the effed up double standard in law enforcement. Yeah, they arrested him. I'll give him that. Let's listen to what Jesse has to say.
Smigel's a comedian who's appeared on the Colbert Show several times, as you can see here. The name of the others who were on Capitol Hill from the show are Jake Plunkett, Allison Martinez, Tyrone Dean, Stephen Romand, Nicoletta Green, Brendan Hurley, Josh Comers, and David Feldman. I want to point out these were not low-level people working for Colbert. We can confirm that Jake Plunkett is a senior producer and director at the show. Josh Comers is a writer. Allison Martinez is an associate producer. Who let them into the Capitol without authorization?
And there are the names there. 9 of them. They spent the night in jail. He didn't say if they got out of jail or bailed out or bonded out. If they got bonded out that quickly, that means it's definitely, well, we always knew it was a 2-tier justice system. Now they're just rubbing our noses in it.
Well, according to a congressional source, it was the Democrats, Congressman Adam Schiff and Jake Auchincloss. Congressman...
Oh, pencil neck Schiff. That piece of blank. Huh, that's interesting. I'll tell you, Schiff's turned out to be a massive piece of... I'll tell you. Let's listen to the story.
And Rodney Davis sits on the Committee of House Administration and oversees Capitol Police. So, Congressman, is there an official investigation of this taking place right now?
Well, this is so new, Jesse. We just found out about the arrest today, and I'm going to make sure that when we get back to Washington next week, we're going to ask the questions that need to be asked.
Now, here's the thing. There's all kinds of people like to run their mouth and tell things anonymously. If these guys spent last night in jail, why wasn't it? They were arrested right in front of everybody. Republican members didn't see it as well. Why didn't this get out? That's another good question to ask. They're pounding on doors of Kevin McCarthy and other Republicans, unlawfully there trespassing. The same charge the vast majority on JANSIXTH were charged with. If they get bonded out, all hell's going to break loose. And if they don't go to trial or plead guilty to the misdemeanor like they made everybody else with threats, there's going to be hell to pay. What a moron. Went in there unauthorized. Unbelievable. Actually, it's not. Because these arrogant, absolutely arrogant sons of... You know what? Just get me mad now. They'll get bonded out. I know they will. And they'll pretend like nothing happened, and the TV, the network, or Steven Colbert's show will pay the fines. And I'll bet you money they don't get longer probation than 90 days, if at all. What was the one? Brandon Strzok, the walkaway campaign. He had to plead guilty to a misdemeanor or something he didn't even do because they threatened him with 20 years. He's got 3 years probation. And he has to wear an ankle bracelet. I'll tell you, you want to start a civil war? This is how it begins. Just small embers smoldering, and eventually the fire gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it's out of control. We'll have to stay tuned to see some of the details about how they got bonded out, if at all, and I'm sure they did. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.